So good morning. I'm out here and we're starting a new day of harvest. I guess you could say like the younger crew, except for me. We're down here raking up the trash. So we worked on this bed yesterday and now the wind kind of has it, what would you guys say?
Blowing it in.
It's kind of packing it into this corner here. So just working on that. We've got some more kids down there. They are also raking up the trash. Honestly, I don't think they're probably getting too much down there anymore, but they're new at this and this is their first day doing trash. What's next? What did Dad say is going to be next? Okay, just see what's going on over there. They're going to be booming a bed, doing the cleanup round. Warren is going to be doing some more raking of another cranberry bed. So that's kind of how the morning is starting out. It's kind of chilly today. Good work weather though, that's for sure. Right. So for most of the summer, this is what it would be looking like, just dry, not, it's not flooded or anything. A lot of people think that cranberries grow in water, but it's just because you tend to see harvest is what usually ends up on the news. And then, so you just see a lot of water. They do have to be flooded for harvest because each cranberry is on like a little tiny stem, and each cranberry has 4 air chambers or air pockets inside. And so when you bring the water up, then they float upwards, making it easier to pluck them off of the vine. And this bed that we're working on here right now, this has already been harvested. All the fruit has been raked off of the vine, it's been corralled, it's been loaded into trucks and hauled off to the plant for further cleaning and freezing down until most likely they will be made into sweet and dried cranberries. So this is what it looks like now that we have the leaf trash raked off. Then Warren will start pulling the water off of this bed, which means opening up a bulkhead and letting the water by gravity drain off. All right, Joe, let's go. We're all done here. So the cleanup round are all of the cranberries that did not get corralled in the first booming, and it's always mixed with a lot of leaves, but there is a lot of fruit in there, and so the cleanup round is an important job. It's kind of slow, so each driver has to drive slowly and maneuver the blower so that they're blowing the cranberries out from the edge of the bed so that they can get that corral, get that boom in behind it, and really get all the cranberries into the boom as they pull that boom all the way down to the end of the bed where the elevator is and where the cranberries are actually going to be elevated out into the semi. Here is a boomed bed, and you can see how all the fruit is all corralled by that black boom. This is the next bed that they're going to be harvesting. At this point, I wanted to make a sweet treat for when everybody comes in at lunchtime, so I'm making some, they're supposed to be peanut butter chip oatmeal cookies, but guess what? I don't have peanut butter chips. Maria's like, just use chocolate chips, Mom. So I thought, sure. Basically, it's just going to be a chocolate chip cookie recipe, but it is a new recipe. I'm using 2 sticks of butter. I have a little shortening in there. I just put in the packed brown sugar. I'm going to get that whipped until it's light and fluffy, then add in the milk and the vanilla and the egg. Mix that until it's all, well mixed, well combined, and then I will add in the flour. And, oh, that's weird. Oh, there, I was like, where is the baking soda and the salt? So clearly I have not been the only one doing baking in the house. We have a half bag of minis. We have some regular chocolate chips that someone put into a bag. Oh, I should note, this one was twist tied. This one was just twisted around. This one is just wide open. I guess other people are monkeying around with the chocolate chips other than me. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to grind up some walnuts to add to the mixture. So 9 minutes I found is good for these cookies. They're kind of a flat cookie, and I figured that they would be because of all the butter in them. I know sometimes if you have a cookie with a lot of butter, you can like refrigerate the dough for a little while and then they will hold their shape a little bit better. Or after you've made a recipe for the first time, you can write in the margin, add some more flour. That will help to give them a little more shape, because like that, I don't really like it when cookies do that, when they just sort of like melt down and become little flat lacy cookies. Not really into that. So anyway, I mean, it was worth a try. You know me, I always like to try a new recipe, even though I have a perfectly good chocolate chip recipe already. Here's the first pan. Yeah, they're very, very, very thin. So if you make this recipe, definitely you would want to add a little more flour or refrigerate the dough for a while. So I am putting together ham sandwiches for lunch today, and I have some ham and Swiss here. This is ham and Colby. I'm going to get the tops put onto these and get the mixture made. This is the 4-H food stand ham sandwiches. Just so yummy, and they always seem to go over well. Maria's going to turn down Joe's music because you guys know. I have everything in here. I have 3/4 cup of butter with 1½ teaspoons each of minced onion, Dijon mustard, and Worcestershire sauce. Now, I do not measure those. I just eyeball the 1½. And then you are supposed to have some poppy seeds. Warren is not a huge fan of poppy seeds, so I like to use a little bit of this bagel seasoning. It has the poppy seeds in it, so it gives it kind of that little like pretty topping. And it also has in it some toasted, what are those, sesame seeds in here. And so I just like to use a little bit of this bagel seasoning instead of the poppy seeds. I'm going to put this on the stove. Maria's going to get the stove turned on to low, and then she's just going to stir it until everything melts. All right, so at this point, everything is all melted and mixed together. I'm going to put some of the bagel seasoning in here now. All right, we're going to stir that around. Can you see it, Maria?
Yep.
Great. And then we'll just pour it over each one of these. It seems kind of, maybe it seemed kind of weird. I don't know. The first time I did it, it seemed weird to me, but it's so yummy. The thickness separates out from the butter, so then I just go back through and make sure that I get that on all of them. This smells so good. Doesn't it smell good, Maria?
Very good. Maybe over here.
Maybe over here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just quick, I brought Joe and Maria to the library, and now I always on Tuesdays ship out cookbooks, and so Minnesota is really coming through for me this month. I've sent a lot of shipments to Minnesota, and I am again in Pennsylvania and Kentucky, so be on the lookout for your packages coming shortly. Lunch is all over. I completely forgot to turn on the camera, show you guys the sandwiches as soon as they came out of the oven. But anyway, this is what's left. It looks like most people like the Colby because there's a lot of Swiss left. And the flat lacy cookies that I was kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna make this recipe again. Look at that, there's hardly any left. Everybody really liked the cookies. Well, this is the familiar sight of someone who fell in today. Another trailer is full of cranberries. So Warren's going to be driving that in, and Joe and I just came down. We are going to start working on raking up trash again. But by the looks of it, there's still actually fruit out in that bed, which is a good thing. So there will be more loading tomorrow. Well, with all of us working together, we got 2 full trailers. I mean, these aren't huge trailers, but just small trailers of leaf trash out of that bed. There's still more. It's a new bed, so the new beds are always weedier until they get established with cranberry vines, and there's always just a lot more leaf trash in them. So I'm down here to the garden. I'm gonna get some carrots. We're gonna do pork chops and carrots, and if I have some sweet corn, we're gonna pick that too and have that for supper. That little tiny carrot. Nothing to that one. We'll just pull all of these right here. I just usually just kind of work my way down a row. And I probably only need 6, well, some of these are small. I'll get 8 carrots. I don't have huge carrot fans when it comes to cooked carrots. Oh boy. Oh, that's a nice big one. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, let's see what we can do for corn. A little one, but we might as well take it at this point of the year. Yeah. All right, so 4 ear of corn, as well as 8 carrots here. I'm just going to use my little crinkle cutter, just because, 1, it's fast, and 2, I think they're pretty. Boneless pork chops on the black stone, semi in the background. I just put a tiny bit of oil on here for the second side, just because they're boneless and they only had like one little tiny strip of fat on them. I thought they just needed a little bit more when I was cooking them up. Still absolutely loving the Blackstone. I cannot tell you guys how often we use this, so much more than the grill. Maybe because our grill was kind of like broken. Not really broken, it worked. Well, it's hard to explain. I season them up with the Montreal steak seasoning, salt, as well as this. This I just picked up from our local farmer's market. Sissy's Secret Spice. So, look at those. Those are going to be so delicious. This is what our supper is looking like tonight.
Is that Sam's? I want to eat it, but I will save it for Sam.
There is some tater tot casserole that he might want. Maybe he'd rather have that. I don't know.
I'll leave it for Sam.
Okay, we're going to be signing out this video here, so I'm trying to get you to stop so that I can see if you have anything that you want to say. How's harvest going?
Harvest is going well. It's very dry.
Yeah.
But we're managing, and I think by tomorrow night we'll be pretty much done with early harvest. At least have everything in semi-trailers. So that'll be a good thing. Which we need to get it done tomorrow because the heat is coming. It's supposed to hit 80 tomorrow and 80 on Thursday, and I don't want to be harvesting cranberries in 80-degree weather. So yeah, I can't complain. It's going well.
All right. You need to get some sleep.
Yes.